Alright, so you're watching the Andre Le Chef show. And tonight, for some reason, I stopped by the TV channel where this plays, one of those janky access channels, and I'm sitting there, and it's just a buzz of activity. And I'm thinking, man, these people are so into this. And then one of the producers comes back, and it's like, oh, you know what you need to do for your show, blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah. And I realized that those guys take their shows very, very serious. I'm just doing this for fun because I can, because in fact in real life I make videos for a living. You know, I just got back from Salt Lake City, I gotta go fly somewhere else. I mean, this is what I do, and I'm really only doing this because I document other people's lives and I miss my whole life on video. Kind of like the plumber, his pipes leak at his house, the mechanic's car never stops. The video producer doesn't have any footage of himself, so that's why I'm making this show. I'm not making this show to entertain you. I'm making this show so my grandkids, when I'm dead, can whip out one of these shows, one of these series I've done, and look at it and say, man, our grandfather was crazy. In fact, I'm not crazy. I'm just, you know, gosh, kiss of death here. I'm just like a middle-aged man, right? If you're 35 or over, you're middle-aged. Don't kid yourself. It doesn't matter if you wear skinny jeans or a shirt that's one size too small. You are still a middle-aged man. But what I want to say and what I'm trying to get to in a roundabout way is that I feel bad. I feel bad that these guys spend so much time and energy and really put their heart and souls into their television shows. And I shoot mine like a French movie. One scene. You know, I press record, I press stop a half an hour later, and whatever I've cooked, that's my show. And whatever I say, you know, hopefully I don't say anything too stupid or too politically incorrect, because, you know, those are the times you live in. Anyway, you're watching the Andre Le Chef show. This show's on every Tuesday at 10 and every Friday night at 2:30 for you drunkards. And, well, we don't have much time, and so I thought I would use night vision because none of them have night vision. So there we go. I did it. I put my best foot forward.
What kind of cooking show is this? There's not much to eat in my house. You've got some naked, you got some milk, you got some egg whites, you got some mayo, you got some raisins, you got some lettuce. I don't know what that is. Whatever it is, it doesn't look good. Do you really think monkeys peel their oranges when they sit there and they're like, and they peel them? I don't think so. I think they just take them, take a bite out of them. When you got a fridge that looks like mine, everything tastes good, all right? You know, in a pinch, dog crap, dried out. A little bit of soy sauce, salt, pepper, and some turmeric probably tastes good. I used to be fat, all right? Oh, sweet. We've got carrots. Ooh, grapefruit. Oh, dude. This is breakfast. Hey, a lemon. A lemon. We always use lemon. And we got some tomatoes. I got a whole garden full of tomatoes. These are looking pretty crusty, so we got to use these. Got some potatoes, a bunch of spices, and more spices I never use. That's just for show. So today I felt guilty after going down the TV station that plays my show because I realized I put little or no effort in this show. I'm really just making myself dinner, and I'm making it as fast as I can. So now I look the part. I got my fancy jacket here with like so many freaking buttons. And yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna wear this. It's like Iron Chef. The viewfinder's not even tall enough. So I don't know about the hat. I don't know if I can make the hat look cool. More like a beret. Anyway, whatever. Not doing the hat. Just a little too short to get a date and a little too tall for my viewfinder. Alright, so you're watching the Andre Le Chef show. I'm the superstar host who needs to close the viewfinder. Wow, so now we have absolutely no time to make anything. So when you have no time and your kitchen looks like mine, you have no food, plenty of utensils, the one thing you can always make with no time, no food, is Indian food. Indian food is the easiest. Indian food consists of rice and dal and whatever veggies that are in the fridge that aren't rotten.
So let's make it. Just like all nationalities, there's a trick to Indian food. And that trick, my friends, is a pressure cooker. You cannot cook dal, which is lentil beans, without a pressure cooker. A pressure cooker is this, and a rubber gasket, that. So you put the gasket over the lid, around the rim, and it secures like that. You put, it's more like a 1-to-3 ratio. I've got this leftover, anyway, this is chicken broth that I made, I don't know how many weeks ago. These are lentil beans. No, this is what I spread the dog food with. You can still see dog food. I'm going to take the lentil beans, and I hope that's enough because the pressure cooker is a pretty violent tool for the kitchen. If you've ever tried to make dal, you know it takes like forever. It takes like an hour. I got 20 minutes to make this dinner, all right? And I tell you what, this dal is going to be perfect. It goes in perfect. You have to sight it. You latch the end like so. And then you check the seal to make sure it's tight. It's tight. It's got this top thing. It's a safety mechanism. We're good. Throwing that on there. All right. So on the front, we're going to throw some rice on there. Rice, for those of you who don't know how to make rice, is so easy to make. It's painful. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. So 1 part rice. It helps if you have a measuring device. I think I actually will use one. We use this cup. I want a lot of rice. So 1 part rice, 2 parts water. So 1, 2. You see how I did that? Oh, I totally just screwed that up. Pour the water out quickly, and you can salvage it. I was going to use the chicken broth instead of water. All right, chicken broth and a little bit of water, and we'll say that's good. All right, chicken broth, rice. There's no top in this, so I'm probably going to burn myself. You're watching the Andre the Chef show, and I'm out of food in my house because I've been out of the state. I've been in Salt Lake City on a shoot. So the next thing we need to do is get more water for cooking. More water for cooking, and since I don't, this burner doesn't light, as you can see, so you always have to like risk your life and light it like that. And try not to burn yourself. Whoa, that's not a pot. This is a wok. Everything I do is with a wok. This is spray on olive oil. For those of you who haven't seen this show before, I've been doing this show for a few years, and what this show made me realize, up close and personal, is that I was seriously fat and out of shape. And so I've spent the last, what knife am I going to use? Short Wusthof. Wusthof. This is like the greatest knives. Wusthof. They're expensive. We got some potatoes. We got some gnarly looking carrots. We got a sort of rotten tomato. But we're making Indian food. In India, they're not that picky. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I just mean they eat a lot of rice and dal and, you know, whatever's eatable at the time. So we're going to cut the veggies big. And I'm going to throw the veggies in here with just a little bit of water. Finger while it's tacking. Alright. And potatoes. So now we have potatoes and we have carrots. We've got a spoon. We have 13 minutes left. I have no idea how I'm going to pull this all off. But if you look at that, you can kind of see that was the special effect for all you public access people. Now you know. I too put a lot of effort into my show.
You always cut the tomato down the middle and create a flat spot so it rests on something. That way it's stable. You don't cut like this, because if you go to cut, you know, it's not stable. But like this, chop, 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 chop. You hear that noise in the background? That is the pressure cooker. That is dangerous. That's like a bomb. I don't drink alcohol anymore because I'm too old. And for some reason, my body doesn't process it. And unfortunately, last time I drank it, it just was a horrible, life-altering experience. And I just don't drink anymore. But it's not saying that I didn't drink or I'm against drinking, because I'm not. It's just, when you're a middle-aged man like me, there are certain things you have to do and be, and one of them is sober. Because if you're not sober, and you got a 15-year-old hellraiser daughter like I have, well then, you will go mindlessly insane. Tomato, we're going to throw a handful of bulgur in there, and this is the gnarly bulgur. This is the brown bulgur. So I'm going to throw the bulgur in there, about a cup's worth of bulgur. Ow, shit. Ow, ow, ow. That wasn't really a swear word. 2 cups of water. When the pressure cooker, whoa, and the rice is boiling too. Boy, it's all coming together so quickly. I wish I had a handle on the rice. Alright, so you turn the rice down as low as you can. You turn the pressure cooker down about halfway. And to the rice, since this is Indian food, we're going to add a little bit of yellow. And I just dropped my lemon. As you can see, the rice is yellow. Turmeric gives it that cool yellow. The vegetables are cooking. Ouch, 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 ouch. This is not going as well as I thought. The bulgur and half a lemon. This is the best way to squeeze a lemon. I'm not kidding. You put it in your mouth, like that. You start at the top and you bite, 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 bite toward the front. I'm not kidding. Watch this. I'm going to take my cucumbers, throw them in here and mix the whole thing up. So, I'm not using the R word anymore. Just looking at this, I can tell there's not quite enough bulgur. So I'm going to put some more bulgur in there. And I'm going to put my favorite ingredient, which is spike. A little olive oil. Pepper. I love pepper. Salt. And stir it all up. I will have tabbouleh. I'm going to put this in the fridge. I forgot to put a saran wrap on it. Man, not very funny tonight because I don't have much time. But this is a show about cooking healthy, about cooking inexpensively, and about trying to entertain you guys and at the same time capture just the briefest moment of my life. Not that it's a real life, but it's mine regardless. And I remember once when my kid was little and awesome and didn't like yell and scream at me that she hates my guts, you know, randomly. Actually, she's never done that, which is pretty cool. I used to do that to my mom. So, where were we? Alright, the veggies are cooking. Need a little bit more water. And got Indian veggies here. Whoops. Got a tomato that I'm going to cut and throw into this all. I've got 6 minutes left. The pressure cooker is turned off. The lid is going to be taken off the pressure cooker to make a bunch of noise. Pressure has been removed. That's probably not smart to be cooking underneath this thing. Especially considering that smell. So, that was probably a mistake. Do as I say, not as I do in this show, okay? The rice is there. Ironically, it looks like I'm just like floundering in this kitchen. But this is Indian food, okay? And I don't know why it is, but I used to love Indian food when I had a gallbladder. And this is one thing I can just like completely botch, and it always turns out really good if I don't cut my finger off. All right, so the pressure cooker, disengage the tail end of it by squeezing the lid, lift it here, the thing will drop down. Oh, that's great. We did not have enough water in there, not even close. So I'll put a little more water in. And you guys got to see this. I'll stir it up a little bit. And if you've ever made dal, you know that it never is that quick and easy. And the truth of the matter is that now I'm going to add some spices and stuff to it and throw the lid back on. So I'm going to put some tomatoes in there. I'm going to put a little lemon in there. I'm going to put cumin. Quite a bit of cumin. And a little bit of garlic. And some salt. Ah, I got 3 minutes. I'm not sure how I'm going to pull this all off. Put a bunch of salt in there. Stir it all up. Put the lid back on. Ooh. The lid somehow got dog hair on it. Peel the dog hair off before putting the lid back on. Check the seal. Make sure it's good. Crank it. Throw your pressure cooker lid back on. Check the veggies. And what else? Oh, you know what else I'll do? I seem to remember that there were chickpeas. So I will split the chickpeas between the dal and the veggies. Get over here. Man, this is spastic. I don't think I'm going to wear a chef's jacket anymore. It seems disrespectful. But I really wanted to look like a real cooking show. Because all those people, all those goofballs, not goofballs, all the guys down at Public Access TV, they take it so serious, you know? It's video. It's not serious. But they're serious, you know? You got talk show hosts. You got sporto types. You got, you know, people that, think they're making movies and their movies are, shot on video. Hello, movies aren't shot on video. They're shot on film. And the ones that are shot on video suck. But that's just my opinion. All right, a little bit of butter. Okay, so we throw some butter in here. And some spike. Cover it up. Let that cook. Put everything away because I can't stand having to clean up and then eat. I'd rather clean up beforehand. What do I need to make? I need to make something else. What do I need to make? I want something else. Oh, you know what I can make? I can make that bread. That, where's the lid? Uh-oh, that means the show's just about up. And I can cheat and make the show work. So I need a pan. I think it's called naan or something like that. So you add a little bit of flour. Add a little bit of water, which you don't have. Here's a little bit of water, quarter cup of water, a little bit of egg white. I don't even know why I'm doing egg whites. I've never even tried that before. Little cumin, little turmeric, little spike, and a spoon. That's the wrong spoon. Stir the water, the egg white, the turmeric, the spike together into a ball. And notice that it's too gooey. That's too gooey. It sticks to your fingers, it's too gooey. Add a little olive oil. Add some more flour. And mix it all together. We'll make that bread they always make in Indian food places. This is called naan or something like that. It's been so long since I've eaten out at an Indian food place. They put way too much oil, way too much salt for my taste. So, I do not recycle, but I do compost. And the best way to compost is whatever bowl you have handy, put the food in there and transfer it out of here. Like I said, I don't recycle. Sorry, Mom. Don't recycle. Olive oil. Rice is done. Yay. So the bread is coming. Put this here. Put a little bit of oil on the bread. Put oil on the pan. The bread is done. I'm going to mix it into a ball and just feel it. If it feels tacky, then it needs more flour, but I don't have much time, so I'm not going to even mess with that. I'm going to put a little flour on my board, put it down, coat it with flour, break it into a ball. One ball there, one ball here. Got two balls, no pun intended. Got my bread rolling thing. Flatten it out as much as you can beforehand. With one hand, I roll it. With the other hand, I rotate it. So I roll, rotate, roll, rotate, roll, rotate. Flip it over so get some flour on the other side, and then just really roll it. Alright, so the one time I tried to take this show serious and wear a jacket and try to actually cook stuff that like is healthy and good for you, and I have no food in the house, and I give props to all the freaks that do shows on this channel, I can't get the show done in half an hour. So from now on, I'm going to stick to complaining about kids and how hot all the college kids look. You know, that's the thing that really sucks about getting old in this town, is that like, especially for me, since I have a kid, I sort of feel lecherous if I even like look at the students, because come on, you guys, the women, not guys, you women just look, you look phenomenal. I mean, there's more beautiful women in Iowa City. No, there are more beautiful girls in Iowa City than anywhere else in the world. As far as women go, like, I qualify a woman as like over 30 or any age that has a kid. Because once you've had a kid, I'm sorry, but that changes you for life. Not for the worse, but for the better. So, well, in some cases, for the better. Man, I'm going to flip my shit on this table if it stops. If it won't stop, it doesn't stop rolling. So I'm out of time, and I'm trying to make this dinner. Look at that. That looks like Indian food, right? It's because it is. The pressure cooker's done, the lubi's done, or the tabuli's done. The second bread's just about done. All I really need to do is clean up. So I'm going to clean up super fast, okay? Bye. Hey, one bread is done, just like the Indian food place. That's the bread they make. It's that easy. So next time you're in there and you drop $25 on a meal that you can make out of rotten vegetables, and a little bit of flour, water, some beans, a rotten carrot, and like 3 rotten potatoes, and rice, could not be any easier to make. I like to fluff my rice up. No pun intended. Fluff it up, it's just a little better. And when you go to store it, because I made way too much food, because, oh shit, ow. This thing is hot, man. It's bound and determined to maim me. Where's the lid? Man, I'm sick of this table. Alright, get out of my way. You know what? I lied. I'm not going to wash those dishes. No way. No way. I cannot stand washing dishes. Whoa! Been a while since I washed dishes in the dishwasher. What is that? What? This is not at all how I thought this show was going to go, alright? That's the last time I give props to anyone on PATV, or any Access channel for that matter. This was a fiasco. And if my kid sees this show, do your homework before you go out and play. And change out your school clothes. Make sure you don't have to go tinkle before you get on the tennis court. It is so awesome when you have teenagers, because then you can embarrass them. Unfortunately, I don't have mine full time on like the every other weekend deal, but I have made the most out of that, believe me. But I do understand how deadbeat dads just cannot do it. Because it is a roller coaster ride, you know. That weekend you have your kids, oh my God. It could not be, I can't even put it into words how great that weekend is. And then the week that you don't have your kids, I can't even think about that one. We're talking denial. A scoop of rice. Scoop of dal. You got rice and dal. Take your veggies. Take a small scoop of them. Put them on that side. You got veggies. I tend to tear it into fourths and try to find the driest spot on the plate to put it, which is probably here. And that is dinner. That's Indian food. So you've been watching the Andre Le Chef show, and we made Indian food, and I'm not sure what else. This show is dedicated to all the hard-working producers down on all the Access channels across the country. The fact of the matter is, you guys are crazy. But if you're not crazy in this world, you're stupid. So at least you're not stupid. You're just crazy. With that, I'm going to sign out. You've been watching the Andre Le Chef show. We just made Indian food and a huge mess that I've cleaned up. And thanks for watching. The show's on every Tuesday at 10 and Friday at 2:30 in the morning for you drunkards. So thanks for watching. And I think my email is either on the top or bottom. I guess I should show the Facebook thing up there, but I only have like 77 friends and I barely check that thing. So it's a total waste of time. And when you are older, you will realize that as well. But by then, there'll be like a Facebook for like every age bracket. And they'll have stuff for sale on the side that's appropriate for that demographic group. With that said, and since my hand is burning, we're signing out. You're watching the Andre Le Chef show. Till next week, bon voyage. Oh, jeez. What a nightmare.